Good morning, friends, and welcome back to my channel. I am the Soap Chef here on this channel where we make all things with a rather good lather. In today's video, we're going to be making FLOAP. Well, what the heck is that, Soap Chef? FLOAP, it's a floating soap. All right, so we're going to be making cold processed soap. We're going to melt, mix, whip, do everything in the stand mixer. First thing we're going to do is we're going to melt down all these hard oils. I'm going to give you guys the recipe for this. This is good times. Remember ivory soap that floats? That's what we're going to do today. Whenever you're going to make this type of a soap, you want to have 80% hard oils and the rest soft oils. I have a crap ton of all kinds of different hard butters in here because I need to get rid of some of them. Some of them are getting a little bit aged. I thought, well, what better way to use up all of those oils than to make some FLOAP? Because like I said, we need 80% of the hard oils. Okay, so in here we have coconut oil at 30%, palm oil at 20%, shea butter 5%. All the rest of the butters are going to be at 5%. So the only difference as far as amounts are concerned are going to be your soft oils. But your coconut is 30. Your palm is going to be 20. All the rest of these butters are going to be 5. So shea butter, 5. Cocoa butter, 5. Kokum butter, 5. Sal butter, 5. Ilipi butter, 5. Mango butter, 5. Then we're going to put some olive oil in here at 7. Rice bran at 7. And castor at 6. First thing that we want to do is we want to melt down all of these hard oils first because we're going to melt, cool, mix, cool again, mix again. Then we're going to add all of that into our stand mixer when it's more of like a creamy paste. That's the easiest way to do this. So give me a few moments. I'm going to go and melt all this kind of stuff down. We'll be right back.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, we are back and I have melted down all of my hard oils and butters. I'm going to pause it again. Now I'm just taking you guys along step by step. After I've melted down all of my hard butters and oils, I have gone ahead and put those in my stand mixer container. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the freezer because now we want to start solidifying all of that before we go on to the next step. So hang tight, we'll be back. Okay, we are back and the oils have re-solidified. We're going to stick them on the stand mixer right now. We're going to start whipping away. I can never get this on here. It's backwards. I'm working backwards because there we go. All right, let's get our little whisk attachment on here. This is really difficult to do backwards. All right. Let's let her rip. This is going to take quite some time, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let this go. When we're ready to start adding our liquid oils, I'll bring you guys back. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. It's kind of a weird angle. It's not a great angle. I apologize for that. But anyway, so this is whipped up really nice and light and fluffy. So we're just going to put it on low and we're going to start adding our liquid oils. And of course, this is going to deflate because we're adding more liquid. Gonna let this keep whipping for a little bit. I'll bring you guys back in a minute. Okay, we are back again, and this is whipped up very nicely. This would be a great body butter right now. It's a great consistency, but it's all oil, and I make emulsified body butters. Anywho, okay, so one of the things I forgot to tell you guys, because this is a whipped consistency and we're putting a lot of air into this, you can't make the same size batch of soap as you guys are normally used to. In other words, I'm going to be putting this in a 2-pound loaf, okay? So normally that's going to be, what, 64 ounces, right? 2 pounds, 64 ounces. But because this is almost doubled in volume, you want to, however much soap batter you put in your regular log mold, reduce that by 15 to 20%, depending on your mold, depending on how you're making things, how much fragrance you use. I am going to be using Wellington's Hawaiian Tropics, and the usage rate on that is 2.4%, and so that is what I am using. I have reduced the amount of oils and butters by 18% so that I can get them all into my mold. We're getting ready to do the lye portion, so we got to put our safety gear on. Give me just one moment. Let me just go and grab my long sleeves. I have like a bolero. I've mentioned this many, many, many times on the channel, but it's just an old sweater that I have, and so I just put this on, and then I have sleeves. A lot of people buy those, you know, just the sleeves off of Amazon or wherever that you can just throw on. The point is you want to be covered completely. This is the part that's going to scare a lot of people. My goggles are going on now. Because you have to add your lye water to something that's spinning and whipping. You really want to go slow. You really want to pay attention to what you're doing. This is how I do it, you guys, okay? I'm not suggesting you guys try this. I'm just showing you a product that I'm making. So if you want to try to replicate this yourself, please be advised of all the safety that goes into place, okay? With your lye solution, it has to be very, very cold. I made this morning, and it's been in the refrigerator covered all day long. It's now what? It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're just getting to this portion. So to recap, melt down your hard oils and butters, re-solidify them, mix them up really well, come over to your stand mixer, start whipping those hard oils and butters. Once it starts fluffing up and doubling in size, then you can start slowly adding in your liquid oils. Once that gets to a really nice consistency, you're ready to start adding your lye. So yes, we are making cold processed soap. It's just a whipped cold processed soap. It's going to wind up floating in the end. So again, please exercise caution. Wear all of your safety equipment. If you're going to try this yourself, you have to go really slow. Please be careful, okay? So let's turn this on very, very low, and we're going to start adding our lye solution very slowly. This is going to take quite some time. Be patient. And as long as you have it on your lowest setting and you have all of your safety equipment on, you should be okay. There's no splashes of lye going on right now. And we want to keep it that way. I mean, I'm barely letting a very small little trickle go down the side of the bowl here. Very small little trickle. And you're going to see this is going to start to deflate, but we're going to whip it back up again after it deflates. All right, and just like that, we are done adding our lye solution. And we're going to continue to let this mix on low. It's still quite liquid. We don't want any splashes. Once this starts really incorporating well, where I don't see any liquid floating any longer, we're going to bump this speed up and continue to whip. Then we will be ready to scent it. And then I've got my 2 bowls already ready for colorant. With this type of soap that floats, with the whipped cold processed soap like this, I use mica to color it, mixed in with a little bit of warmed oil. You always want to use way more mica than you think that you're going to need, because as you can see, this is really, really white, okay? And it's very, very cold. So your colors are going to be pastel. So use more colorant than you think that you need. So now we're going to bump this up one level and continue to let this whip. This is just such a fun soap for the kids. They're astounded by the fact that it can float. They're really amazed by that. All right, I'm going to stop and I'm going to scrape my sides down to make sure that this lye solution is getting all of the oils and butters that are all around the sides here. A little bit of a scrape on the bottom. Man, this is a really, really nice consistency. Don't be tempted to eat this stuff, you guys. I'm telling you, it's rough. This is like the best type of like whipped cream frosting. All right, let's continue whipping. I'm gonna bump it up one more notch. And then once we get done with the whipping, it's just a matter of sticking it into the different vessels to color it and mixing that really well. And then you're literally just going to plop different colors all over the place. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add our fragrance now, which again, I said is the Hawaiian Tropics by Wellington Fragrance Company. And I'm using this at 2.4%, which is their recommended usage rate. Waste not, want not. I get every little teeny tiny drop, you guys. This is money, baby. All right, let's bump this up. All right, let's do a scrapey. I shouldn't say that. That's Katie Carson's thing. Scrapey, her big or little containies. That's her little catchphrase. By the way, y'all, keep Katie and her family in your prayers. If that's your thing to pray. If not, just some good positive thinking would be nice. Just be careful when you're working with this stuff throughout the process. This is raw soap batter made with lye, so take your precautions. Let's take a looky-loo here. Boy, this is so awkward for me. This is totally backwards. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, that's good. All right, that's that. Let's get you out of the way, big boy. You've earned your keep for the day. All right, so there we have it. There's the soap, but we want to color it. Okay, so we're going to put some in the pink, and we're going to put some in the blue. This is True Red from Nurture Soap. This is Cobalt Blue, and I forget where I got it from. Sorry about that. But we're going to put some of this in the blue. We're going to put some of this in the pink, and we're going to leave the rest white. Let's see. Do I want more? Yeah, I want a little bit more in the blue. A little bit more. A little bit more in the pink, too. All right. I think we're good now. Yeah, this really is the consistency of like just a really, really nice whipped cream frosting. All right, now we got to get in here and mix away. Mix these colors in good. right, now it's just going to be a matter of, let's see, let's put that there. Plop, flop, fizz, fizz, basically. Let's get this big one. All right, let's do a plop, plop. Well, actually, that's enough on that. All right, let's put some red in here. Boop. Boop. It literally is just like plop, plop. That's it. You're done. Let's get the blue. Put a little blue over in this corner. All right, let's get a little bit of red actually over in this corner. More white, and it's basically just, you know, you're just alternating at this point. All your different colors. This is a fun consistency to work with. I like it. And this is a good method to try for like those tricky FOs that want to seize up your batch on you. Little boogers. Just going to get rid of all the rest of the white, and I'll get the rest of these colors just right up on the top. Let me give this a quick smackdown, you guys. Give me a second. All right, let's get a little bit more color up here. I'm gonna have just a little teeny bit left. So it's like what I was saying before, I'm gonna smack this down again. It's like I was saying before, to go ahead and make sure that you're doing like 15 to 20% less volume than what you normally do for a normal soap batch. This is a 2-pound loaf, but I chose to do, let's see, so that would be, that's 32. What did I say before? Did I say 64 ounces before? What the hell is wrong with my math? Good grief, what is wrong with me? Be right back. I gotta go slam this down. Well, I actually have a little bit too much on the top, so I'm just gonna scrape some. I know that's gonna look awful on the top, but whatever. I'll go ahead and put these into some other little molds in just a second. All right, if you wanted to go ahead and do like some type of a little swirly something or other, you could. All right. I am going to go ahead and give this a little spritz of alcohol on the top. All right, you guys, get that stuff out of the way. So here is our FLOAP. All righty, I'm gonna bring you back when we're ready to unmold and cut this.
The next day.
Okay, y'all, it is the next day. We're gonna go ahead and unmold this and cut this into some bars. We're gonna see if it floats and see what the lather is looking like. Let's get that out of there. There it is. I have a teeny little bit of a sniffle. The pollen is coming out already where we're at. I don't know about you guys. This looks pretty cool. It's a little bit still soft, you know what I mean? Because when you do cold process soap this way, it takes a little bit longer to saponify. It saponifies really slowly. So you might find when you unmold, if you're doing logs like I just did, that it might be just a little bit sticky. There is some residue left over. I should have left this probably till the end of today before I unmolded it. but I have an appointment later, so I had to get moving sooner rather than later. Anyways, this is what it looks like. Remember we glopped and plopped? That looks pretty cool. All right, let's clean this up because y'all know I can make messes, but I don't like being a messy creator. But that's the nature of the business. All right, let's get this in here and get this cut. Because I do have an appointment and I got to get scooting. All right, let's see. How's that? All right, here we go. Oh, sorry, sir. I just messed you all up. Okay, anyways, this is what it looks like. All glopped and plopped. The colors are nice and vibrant, which is great. I just messed this one up. I dropped it and it fell right on the corner. So that's going to be our test one. Yay. It's a little reminiscent of, like it's kind of a rustic look to me. So it's kind of a little reminiscent of hot process, how you have to glop it and plop it in your mold. That's a big old air pocket. That's a little smaller. We'll put that over there. Looks cool though. Very cool. All right, let's get this out of the way. I'm gonna cut that bar in half. Oh, my nose, my goodness. I'm actually gonna wind up cutting all of these bars in halves because my intent is for these to be for kiddos. And these are way too big for a kiddo's hand. All right, so let's take our test bar here. We're gonna cut that in half. So it'll be kid hand size friendly. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry about the sniffing, you guys. My goodness, the allergies. All right, right down the middle. Okay. Let's bring our water over here. I'm going to take these gloves off. All right, first things first. Let me take off my beautiful bracelet. I don't want that to get ruined. I've had to take that off a couple of times now, especially when I was making bath bombs. I don't want to get that ruined. This is a beautiful gift. Love, love, love. Stay humble and stay kind. Love it. Wear it every single day. All right, first things first. Does this float? That was the whole point in doing this. Does it? I don't know. Let's see. Well, looky there. We have a floater, guys. It's a floating. Whee! That's awesome. All right, how's the lather on this sucker? Now, with the recipe that I gave you guys, you saw that I used a crap ton of different butters. That's only because I have a crap ton of different butters that I need to get rid of. You know, they do have a shelf life, and I like to use them up whenever I can in different products. So it was time for me to use up all those butters. But you can just use cocoa butter, I would say, is definitely, wow, this is so creamy. Like, you're not going to get big bubbles out of this, but boy, are you going to get a thick, creamy lather. Oh my, that's delightful. Look at that. Look at that cream. That is delightful. Anyways, I would stick with the cocoa butter for sure. Do not omit that one. And kokum butter is very, very good as well. A little bit of shea butter. And then the rest of them you guys can leave out, like the Alipi, the Sal, mango. It's a little bit drying, but I used it in such a tiny little, you know, percentage. It's not going to be that bad. So just tweak the formula to however you want it to be. What did I use? I think I used a total of, wow, this is rinsing away really, really lovely and clean, yet I'm not too squeaky clean to where I feel like the moisture has been stripped. Boy, that's really nice. Let's float it again. Woohoo. Look at there, floating. Look at our FLOAP. Anyways, okay, so cocoa butter. shea butter, kokum butter. Those are the ones that I would use in this formula. If you guys don't want to use the Elippy, the Sal, or the Mango. I know a lot of people don't have those type of butters. They are a little bit more on the pricey side. Wow, this is so, I can't stop playing with this. Oh, it's just, I'm going to let it float. Wow, it's so creamy. So tweak away, you guys. It's just a baseline. This is just how I did this particular batch. I wouldn't do it like this for future batches because I just don't, you know, I mean, I don't like to waste all of those different types of butters. It's unnecessary. Again, I'm just doing that because I have the butters to use up, you know, before the shelf life goes a little bit wonky on me. What else did I need to tell you guys? I think I pretty much already told you everything. You need to have your volume of soap is 15 to 20% less than what you would normally put into whatever mold you are using. Now, I had a little bit left over yesterday. I did, let's take that out of the mold actually. It's still sitting here. I had a little bit left over. Ooh, there we go. So this one's going to be for me. Well, I really had to push and shove that sucker down there. It was not solidifying. It wasn't, you know, becoming soap on a stick by any stretch. It's just, I had to shove it down in there. Anyways, so I did 18% less than what I normally would in that, in this green log mold. I did 18% less volume. Next time I'm going to do 20%. I don't usually use these small molds, just when I'm doing like demo purposes, things like that. So just to be aware, but there it is, you guys. There's our FLOAP. It looks beautiful. It's unbelievably creamy. Even right now, just holding this. Oh man, that's good stuff. And it floats. It's a perfect size when you cut the bar in half, perfect kiddo hand size. So I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is a great little project to do with kids, with the exception of getting that lye in the stand mixer. I would not have kids around that at all, but you parents can have them gloved up, suited up, goggled up, the whole thing, stand off to the side. Go ahead and put that lye in the mixer and let that go. When it's past that point and you're ready to take it off of the mixer and gloppy ploppy in the mold, there's no reason why your littles can't help you do that. As long as they're all gloved up, goggled up, suited up, because it is raw soap batter, right? But don't let them do anything around the lye, pouring the lye into that stand mixer. I definitely would not do that. Even as an adult, you should be pretty well experienced to do a technique like this. Okay, I think that's going to do it. I will put this recipe down below. You guys can tweak it as much as you want. Like I said, you don't have to use every single butter on the planet like I just did. I only did that to get rid of the butters before they start to go a little funky-do on me here. So if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, comment, and share so that the video gets out in front of more people and my channel gets more exposed so I can help more people, okay? Till we meet again, you guys.